the Mets, beat the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets are really sucking the ball. Knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to beat the Mets from New York town.
Welcome to Olympic Stadium in Montreal, where today it is the New York Mets taking on the Montreal Expos in Game 4 of a very important 5-game series with the Expos. Here in Montreal, the Expos have taken 2 out of 3 from our Mets. Steve Rogers dazzled the Mets in Game 1. The Mets came back valiantly and won Game 2, while Bill Gullickson stopped the Mets in Game 3. In Game 4, it'll be Roy Lee Jackson for the Mets taking on Scott Sanderson. Scott Sanderson, 7-10, a lot better than his record looks. 2.74 ERA, 151 innings pitched, 151 hits, 151 innings pitched. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. 92 strikeouts, 34 walks. That is almost 3-to-1. And he's given up 12 home runs in 151 innings. That's 1 per about 7. So Sanderson has been one of the Expo good pitchers, but he looks like he's run into a lot of bad luck. And for Scott Sanderson, let's look at inside the numbers before the Expos take the field. Scott Sanderson so far won his last start. He went a complete game. He gave up 7 hits, 4 walks and 6 strikeouts. Before that, he had lost his start before, going 7 1/3, 7 hits, 3 runs, and 3 earned. And then in between that, he's won some. He's lost a couple in a row back in July. So again, Sanderson's had a bit of a rough start of the season, but his ERA is still below the 3, which is where you want to be. So he's been very effective. For the Expos defensively, Ron LaFleur in left, Dawson in center, Valentine in right. Dawson's been hurt 2 out of the 3 games this series. Parrish at third, Spire at short, Scott at second, Cromartie at first. On the plate is Gary Carter, and on the mound is Scott Sanderson. Here in Olympic Stadium, conditions are decent. Singles are 1-12. Lefty home runs are 1-10, so it's a 50% chance, a little bit better. Righties, though, are only a 1-4. Here's your Met lineup. They'll be without Lee Mazzilli today. Frank Taveras gets to start leading off at short, followed by Matic at third, Henderson in left, Washington in right, Mike Jorgensen at first, Joel Youngblood in center, Alex Trevino behind the plate, Doug Flynn at second, and on the mound is Roy Lee Jackson. We're ready for Met baseball. The Mets are 2.5 games in back of the fighting Philadelphia Phillies. So far at the Vet tonight, the Phillies lead the Cardinals 2-0, and the Padres lead the Reds 2-0. And that has been our out-of-town scoreboard first look as we begin today's game. Tribe fan, welcome aboard. Thank you for coming in for the Mets and Expos. What we're going to do again, if you're the first time coming in here watching these games, what I've been trying to do is this. I've been trying to use a dice roller inside just where you guys can't see it, unfortunately. So if you see the casino dice roll in the top right-hand corner, because I'm rolling dice on the outside and entering my own dice information. So in case you do see that, that's what I'm doing. The Expos are being run by the Strat PC, so they're making all decisions. So if I roll the Havoc roll, as David Demo says, because I'm rolling the dice first to make sure the Expos don't make any pitching changes, wild pitches, balks, stuff like that, before to inhibit the dice roll from my end. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll get this started. So Scott Sanderson will pitch against Roy Lee Jackson. We're underway here at Olympic Stadium. As the Havoc is rolled, nothing going on. Here is the pitch to Frank Taveras. It is going to be a 3-11 for Taveras. That's a ballpark single, 1-12. It's a 17 for Taveras. So Spire makes a nice lunging catch. And already the Mets get turned away on a pretty decent chance at a single. 60%, and it gets turned away, one away. Here is Elliot Matic. He's hitting 246, 2 homers, 36 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter. Carter sets the target. Scott Sanderson looks in, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-5. That's a single to left field for Elliot Matic. So the Mets hitting Scott Sanderson a little bit hard today. Matic is on board. Sanderson's a +1. Carter's a -4. And a -2 to Holes with a -5 altogether. Matic wants to try to run. Don't see a lot of running today on the Mets' part. Then again, Tavares is an auto steal if he gets on base. Here's Steve Henderson hitting 291, 2 homers, 34 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter. Needs to get that power numbers up. Carter sets the target. Sanderson in from the stretch. Let's roll the havoc. Nothing going on. And here is the pitch. That's going to be a 5-8. That's a line drive right at Larry Parrish for the 5-8. Oh, what a play by Parrish for 2 outs. Here is the right fielder, Claudell Washington. We've talked about him before, hitting 219, 3 homers, 19 RBIs. He's going to have to get the power numbers up a bit. Him and Henderson are going to be getting a lot of time in the outfield, along with Mazzilli. They want this team to make that next step. Washington and Henderson power numbers are going to have to come up at some point. Carter sets the target. Sanderson from the stretch. Matic takes the lead off first. And here's the pitch to Washington. 4-8 is a walk, and the Mets have 2 on and 2 outs. The Mets are trying to get something going here. 2 on and 2 outs. And now brings up Mike Jorgensen, one of the more consistent Mets. 262, 7 homers, 45 RBIs. Left-handed hitter. 2 on, 2 outs. Jorgensen is not clutch hitter. He loses 1 on the deep 1 column. Carter sets the target. Sanderson looks in from the stretch. Let's roll the havoc. 2 on and 2 out. Here's the pitch to Jorgensen. It's going to be a 6-6. And that's a line drive in the gap. That's going to be trouble. Jorgensen will have something going on here. It's a 6-6 triple 1-10. It's a 19. So it's a double. Matic scores. Let's see if they'll score Washington. He's a 1-16. Going to try to score. And he does without the throw. So they score him without the throw. Valentine throws it back into the cutoff man, allowing 2 Mets to score. And the Mets jump on top 2-0 on Scott Sanderson there in the first. So a big clutch hit from Mike Jorgensen. He's done the job since taking over first base. And now here's Joel Youngblood. Runner on second, 2 outs, Mets by 2. And now Carter goes out and talks to Sanderson, who's been roughed up a bit. So Carter sets the target for Sanderson. Sanderson from the stretch, roll the havoc. Nothing going on. Here's the pitch to Youngblood. He comes in hitting 324, 8 home runs, 60 RBIs. 3-6 is a single 1-16. That could be good. That is a 7. That's a base hit for Joel Youngblood on the 7. So Jorgensen will go first to third, but that will be, they are allowing Jorgensen to try to score. It's a 1-19 because LaFleur is up +3. We're going to take that chance. So +2 with 2 outs. Here comes a run, not even a throw home, and the Mets lead 3-0. So a single and 2 stars. SADV allowed the extra base to score, and it's now 3-0 Mets. So Montreal getting a little bit quiet here. The Mets jumping on top here in the first, trying to get back into it here. So And we are back, and looks like we're just fine right now. We had a little bit of an internet hiccup, but it looks like we're now back to playing. I hope Tribe can come back and enjoy the action. It's still 3-0 favor of the Mets here in the bottom of the first inning. A very exciting start of the game. And now we're going to see what happens here. Bottom of the first. Hopefully people will still come in. And now batting for the Expos, Ron LaFleur, 268, 3 homers, 30 RBI, swipes 79 bases. This could be a fun. Roy Lee Jackson on the mound's a +5, so it'll be a +2 for Jackson to get for any Expos to get the lead, and it could be very troublesome here. So Henderson in left, Youngblood in center, Washington in right, Matic at third, Taveras at short, Flynn at second, Jorgensen at first, Trevino behind the plate, Roy Lee Jackson on the mound. He's 1-1, 3.60 ERA, not too bad. 32 hits, 25 innings, and that's about a little over 1. That could be better. 9 walks, 16 strikeouts. That's almost 2-1, and 1 home run given up. So he's pitched well, and now here is Ron LaFleur for the Expos with LaFleur, Scott Dawson, Valentine, Cromartie, Carter, Paris, Spire, and Sanderson. In his start, he had a no decisions last start. He went 6 innings, 1 run. It was earned. The day start before that, he went 7 innings, only giving up 3 hits and 1 run. He's been effective. His bad start was back on the 15th, where he gave up 11 hits and 7 runs, and 5 were earned. And that was his only loss so far. He's been in the rotation so far. Trevino behind the plate. Let's get it started. Let's roll the havoc. Here is a pitch to LaFleur. 6-7, struck him out. Roy Lee Jackson gets it started with a 6-7 and a K. Sends LaFleur down on strikes. Did not get the bat off the shoulder. Here's Rodney Scott hitting 260. No homers, 38 RBI, swipe 49 bases. Here's Jackson on the windup, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 3-11. That is going to be a ground ball to short. Taveras has got time. He throws him out. Good. Got him by at least a good step. 2 outs. Here's Dawson. He's been hurt 2 out of 3 times in this series, hitting 288, 3 homers, 52 RBIs. He's just not got the power numbers going for the Expos this year. That's a big part why they're still trailing in 4th place in this division. Here is the pitch. No havoc. 1-9, and Dawson walks. Dawson has as much speed as LaFleur or Scott, so this will be a problem to keep him close. Here's Valentine hitting 310, 10 homers, 39 RBIs. Trevino sets the target. Let's roll the havoc. See what Dawson's going to do. Dawson cannot get the lead, but he's only going to be a 1-13. Let's see if they try to go anyway. They don't. So Roy Lee Jackson from the set. Here's the pitch to Valentine. 2-9, struck him out. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Roy Lee Jackson. 1 inning of play in the books. 3-0 Mets. Flynn, Jackson, and Taveras to bat for the Mets here in the second against Gary, with Carter catching and Sanderson pitching. Padres lead the Reds 3-0. Dodgers over the Braves 2-1, and the Phillies lead the Cardinals 2-0. The Astros lead the Giants 3-0 in the Dome. Carter sets the target. Sanderson looks in, and here's the pitch. The Doug Flynn, he's hitting 234, no homers, 26 RBIs. That's a 6-9. That's a strikeout. So Doug Flynn swung over at 1 away here in the second, and here's Roy Lee Jackson. 16 at-bats, had a triple, has that nice little 1 column with those mixed triples in there. So Jackson steps up. Sanderson looks in. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a 6-3. That is a ballpark home run. He is not starred, so it becomes a single 1-4. It's an 8, and he retires him. That's 2 outs. So a 6-0, a 3-3. Never mind. I guess that works. All right. So here's Frank Taveras. There's 2 outs. Taveras 0 for 1. Started off by grounding out when that started the big inning. Carter sets the target. Sanderson looks in, and here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-6. That's a single for Taveras. Remember, he is an auto steal. He has swiped 47 bases on the year. If he wants to go, it's a 1-10. But I think he'll get a good secondary lead off and will not steal. So here's Matic. Nothing on the havoc. Carter sets the target. Sanderson from the stretch. And that's going to be a 3-11 ground ball down the first. That is picked up Cromartie takes it to the bag himself, and that's all for the Mets in the second. We go to the bottom of the second. The score is still 3-0 Mets. So now it's going to be Warren Cromartie, followed by Gary Carter and Larry Parrish. So Cromartie, the batter, left-handed hitter, followed by Carter, Parrish, lefty, righty, righty. Only two lefties in this Met lineup, which is surprisingly, Roy Lee Jackson is a 3R. So this lineup should go in the way of Roy Lee Jackson if he pitches the correct way. Trevino sets the target, Roy Lee Jackson. Cromartie hitting .282, having a really good series, though. 13 home runs, 67 RBIs. Here's the pitch, 6, and just like we talked about, that's a base hit for Cromartie. 6-8, it's an 11, that's a long single. It was a double on a 1, single. Otherwise, Cromartie's on at first, nobody out. Here's Gary Carter hitting .268, 18 homers, 68 RBIs. So now Cromartie, they're going to hit and run with Carter. Here's the pitch. It's a 6-7. It's a 6-7. That's a strikeout. Does Cromartie go to, and Cromartie goes to second. Actually, with run to the pitch, it's a hit and run. Jorgensen trots to the bag and takes himself. So for some reason, I don't know why they do that on the game. So Cromartie takes second base. Jorgensen takes it easily enough to the bag. So runner on second and 1 out. And here's Parrish. Parrish hitting .211, 11 homers, 41 RBIs. Roy Lee Jackson from the stretch. Here's the pitch. That's a 2. That's a 6. He just missed some stuff. That's a pop straight up. Boy, he just got under it. That will be Flynn. Makes the catch for 2 outs. And now here's Chris Spire. .227, no homers, 13 RBIs. 2 outs, runner on second. Trevino sets the target. Roy Lee Jackson from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 1-7. That's a base hit for Spire. That should knock in the first run. That's going to be in gap. 11 is a long single for Spire. Cromartie should score and does. Mets now lead 3-1. RBI single for Chris Spire. So now here's Scott Sanderson. .78 hitter, had 3 doubles and an RBI. So Jackson from the stretch now. Trevino looks in. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 5-9. It's a ground ball to short. That is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Tavares. Tavares is a .331. Let's hold our breaths. That is going to be an 18. He feels that. Let's see what kind of throw he makes. There it is. There's a 17. And he throws it over the head of Jorgensen. Spire takes third. Dr. Hyde comes out. Another error for Tavares. Second and third, 2 outs. And the Expos bring the possible tying runners now on at second. So now here's Ron LaFleur, .267, 3 homers, 30 RBIs. Second and third, 2 outs, and with the Expos a chance with the tying runs on. LaFleur is a little bit of a clutch hitter. Gets a hit on a 3-12. Here is the havoc. Nothing going on. Trevino sets. Jackson from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 3-8. Got him on strikes, and Roy Lee Jackson works his way out of the second. No thanks to Frank Tavares and another error. 3-2. It's 3-1 New York. Scott Sanderson, Claudel Washington, and Mike Jorgensen, the bat for the Mets here in the happy third. So here in the third inning, still 3-1 Mets. It's now going to be Henderson followed by Washington and Jorgensen. So now Carter sets the target. Sanderson looks in. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 6-6. That's a line drive base hit for Jorgensen. He hit a tough pitch from Sanderson. That's a long single. That was a double 1-7. Gets credit for the single. So hit number 5 for the Mets here. 2+ innings in. Here's Washington. He walked and scored in the first. So now here we go. Run on first. Nobody out. Carter sets the target. Sanderson from the stretch and the pitch. 1-6, fly ball left field. And that will be LaFleur makes the catch for out number 1. So now with 1 out in the third, here is Jorgensen. Doubled in 2 runs his first time up. Nothing on the havoc. 1 out in the third. Sanderson from the stretch. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 2-10. That's a ground ball back to Sanderson. He's got it. He goes to short Spire. Back to Cromartie. 1-6-3 double play. Mets are done in the third. Let's go to the bottom of the third. 3-1 Mets. Big key series for the Mets. Game 4 of a 5-game series. Scott followed by Dawson and Valentine. Left to be switched righty-righty against Roy Lee Jackson. Here it is. Roy Lee Jackson winds up and delivers to start the inning. 2-7 fly ball center field. Ronnie Scott's got to keep the ball on the ground. A Willie Mays Hayes type hitter. He does better if he keeps slapping the ball around and using the feet to run. But in this case, Joel Youngblood makes the catch. 1 out in the third. Here's Dawson. He walked his first time up. So Dawson comes up again. Jackson with the windup. Here's the pitch to Dawson. 3-6 ground ball down the short. That's Tavares. He's got this one. Makes the throw to Jorgensen for out number 2. So now here is Ellis Valentine. Struck out his first time up. Trevino sets the target. Roy Lee Jackson in the windup and the pitch. 1-9 ground ball to short. Easy play for Tavares. He gets it and throws them out. The Expos are done in the third. We played 3-1 New York. We head to the fourth. So top of the fourth here at Olympic Stadium in Montreal, game 4 of a 5-game series. It'll be Youngblood, Trevino, and Flynn. Carter sets the target. Scott Sanderson with the windup and delivery. Youngblood was 1-for-1 RBI his last time up. 5-6 fly ball right field. Valentine camps under it and makes the catch. 1 away. Here's Trevino. Trevino hitting .294, no homer, 17 RBIs. Grounded his first time up. Here's the windup from Sanderson and the pitch. That's going to be a 1-3. That's a pop up to shortstop. That's Spire. Makes the catch for the second out. Here is Doug Flynn. He struck out his first time up. Mets kind of going meekly in the last inning and a half or so. Carter sets the target. Sanderson with the windup and delivery. 2-6 ground ball down the first. That's an easy play for Cromartie. Takes it to the bag. Mets are easily done in the fourth. It's 3-1 Mets. So now it'll be Cromartie, Carter, Parrish, lefty, righty, righty. Cromartie singled and scored his first time up. Again, Cromartie's had a hot bat in this series. Trevino sets the target. Jackson from the windup. Here's the pitch. 5-7 base hit. That's another hit for Cromartie. His second hit of the game and another multiple hit for the series. So Cromartie's on at first and nobody out, down by 2. And here's Carter. Carter ground ball his first time out. They can use a ground ball double play for Carter here. Trevino sets the target. Roy Lee Jackson from the stretch looks back at Cromartie. Here's the pitch. That's a 6-7. That's a strikeout on Carter. Inside corner. Got him for strike 3. So first out here in the fourth, and here's Larry Parrish. This Met bullpen has not been used a lot, at least our high-end relievers, so they should be fully available to come in this ballgame. Well, Reardon, they say, is not, which is weird. I didn't think I used them a lot. So Reardon does not have the ability to come in without being tired. So Neil Allen might be asked to do a longer save unless Tom Houseman can come in and help out. We'll see. That could be an interesting situation. Trevino sets the target. Roy Lee Jackson and the pitch. And that's going to be a 6-6. Struck him out looking. Holy cow. Parrish down on strikes, and Roy Lee Jackson's got 2 quick outs here in the fourth. Here's Spire. He knocked in a run with a single his first time up. Trevino sets the target. Roy Lee Jackson, runner on first from the stretch. Here's the pitch. That's a 3-4. That's a ballpark single, 1-12 for Spire. That is a 4. That's a base hit. That should get the runner first and second with 2 outs. Cromartie is going to go for third and will stay there. He gets a nice jump off first. So first and third, 2 outs. I did not want to throw through, allowing Spire to take second. So now the Expos have 2 on and 2 outs. And now here's Sanderson. Tough spot in the lineup for him to come up. So now Roy Lee Jackson working from the stretch. Trevino looks in. Here's the pitch from Roy Lee Jackson. Oh, a 4-6 struck him out. He gets the side out on strikeouts. What a job for Roy Lee Jackson. We go to the fifth, 3-1 Mets. So now Roy Lee Jackson will bat, followed by Tavares and Matic. We're coming to probably Roy Lee Jackson's point of weakness, fifth inning. So the Met bullpen will have to be ready. Carter sets in the target. Sanderson with the windup, and here's the pitch to Roy Lee Jackson, his countermate. 4-5 popped at the short. Spire camps under it, makes the catch, and we have one out here in the fifth. Here's Frank Tavares. Astros lead the Giants 6-2. Phillies lead the Cardinals 3-0, while the Padres lead the Reds. Padres and Reds are now at 5-5. Pirates lead the Cubbies 3-1. I believe that was a doubleheader. We'll have to check on those stats for you when the game's over. Dodgers beat the Braves 6-4. Remember, this is game 4 of a very difficult 5-game series. Carter sets the target. Sanderson looks in. Here's the pitch to Tavares. That's going to be a 1-3. That's a ground ball down the first. Cromartie's got it. He waves Sanderson and gives it to him on a nice pitch, and Tavares is out for the second out. Here's Matic. He's 1 for 2, runs scored. Carter sets the target. Scott Sanderson, and the pitch. Whoopsie. Let's try that again. I messed that one up. Here's the pitch to Matic. 1-8, line drive down the Parrish. We have line drive down the third. Parrish played him perfectly, and the Mets are down 3 up, 3 down. Let's go to the bottom of the fifth. Mets lead by 2, 3-1. So bottom of the fifth inning, here we go. A little bit of a delay we had earlier, internet issues. So those who watch the game, please fast forward to this part of the ball game, and then everything sounds like it should be just fine. So now it's going to be LaFleur, Scott, and Dawson, righty. Switch righty to hit against Jackson. Again, this is probably Roy Lee Jackson's point of weakness inning, if I'm correct. So it'll be a difficult spot. Trevino sets the target. Here's the pitch to LaFleur. 6-7, struck him out as Roy Lee Jackson has struck out 4 in a row. So Roy Lee Jackson has struck out 7 in 4+ innings. So that could be a career high for Roy Lee. Let's look at his numbers and see what Roy Lee Jackson has done before this. Strikeouts for Roy Lee Jackson, he has struck out 6 on occasion. So this is his career high, number 7. Trevino sets the target. Roy Lee Jackson pitches. And this will be a 2-2 and line drive. Hit a bullet right at Flynn. Line out Max. So Flynn stepped right in front of that one. 2 outs here in the fifth. And here's Dawson. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and grounded out. So now Roy Lee Jackson from the full windup. And here's the pitch to Dawson. 4-7. That's a single 1-17. That's an 18. Oh, what a play. What a play in the hole. Gets up, throws, got him. Holy cow, what a play. An 18 will get Dawson. How did he get him? Let's see, swung at 6 sharp with a third. Matic plays it on a bounce. He has to get it one-handed. He throws, got him. The only play he had was one-handed. On a single 1-17, he rolled the 18. So the Expos are down in order in the fifth. Let's go to the sixth. It's 3-1 New York. Holy cow. Top of the sixth. That's going to be a big play in this ball game. So top of the sixth going on. Mets lead by 2. Here's Henderson, followed by Washington, Jorgensen, right, left against Sanderson, who's normally a 2R. So, yeah, he definitely has a little more issues against lefties. Carter sets the target. Scott Sanderson with the windup and delivery. 5-11, ground ball to first. That's a tough play for Cromartie. He's going to have to come over. His range is limited to that side. He's a 4E15. Let's see what he comes up with. That's a 4. That's a base hit on a 9. No error. That's an infield hit. Henderson will beat him to the bag. Cromartie had no play. So base hit number 6 for the Mets. Again, with the -5 out there, it makes it really difficult to steal. So Henderson will be held. He'll get a good secondary lead, but won't be stealing. Washington's 0 for 1 with a walk. And they are, Henderson goes to second base. It bounced in front of the plate, gets by Carter. So Henderson will get them moved to 90 feet. I believe that given a pass ball by Carter. Let's look and see what they call that. It was a wild pitch. So it's a wild pitch. Sanderson probably crossed them up. So Henderson on at second with nobody out. That's why we rolled the havoc first. Runner on second, no outs. Now Sanderson has to work from the stretch. Carter puts the sign down. Has to pitch to the left-handed bat of Claudell Washington. 5-9, got him on strikes, and Claudel Washington didn't take the bat off the shoulder. Boy, that is what the Mets traded for this guy for instant offense, and he has not been doing that so far. Now here's Jorgensen. He doubled in 2 in the first. He has been the epitome of the Met offense this year. He's gotten hits when needed. Carter sets the target. Sanderson from the stretch. Runner on second and 1 out. Here it is. 5-8. That's a popped up to second. That should be Scott. Comes in, calls everyone off, makes the catch for out number 2. So now Joel Youngblood. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Still having one of the better Met years. 325, 8 homers, 61 RBIs. So now Youngblood an opportunity to get a big hit. He's a little bit clutch. Gets a hit on the 2-3. So now Carter sets the target. Sanderson from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 5-12. Ground ball in the hole. Shortstop. That's Spire. That's easy enough. He gets up, gobbles it, and throws it to Cromartie, and the Mets are done the 6th. They leave a runner in scoring position. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Mets holding on to a 3-1 lead. What a ball game here at Olympic Stadium in the Montreal. So Valentine followed by Cromartie and Carter, and this is a big one for the Mets to stay close. Phillies now lead the Cardinals 4-1. Astros over the Giants 6-2. Padres over the Reds 8-5. Pirates over the Cubs 3-2. And Dodgers over the Braves 6-4. So a must-win here for the Mets to stay 2 games in back of the Fighting Phils. Trevino sets the target. Roy Lee Jackson with the windup. And here's the pitch in the 6th inning of work. That's going to be a 1-10. That is a deep drive down the left field line. That's going to be trouble. Henderson back and makes the catch. Home run won the 4, rolled the 20. 1 out here in the 6th. So here's Cromartie, 2 for 2 in the ballgame. Let's look at Cromartie's stats here and through game 4 of the series, how he's doing. I think he's having one of the better series so far. Let's see if I'm incorrect or correct about this. So Cromartie in his last game was 2 for 5. He had 3 hits on the 4th. So he's really played extraordinary well. Remember, they played the doubleheader here where he was actually 0 for 3. Then he went 3 for 4 in the nightcap and 2 for 5. So now he's 5 for 12. So now he is 7 of 14 on the series. So he's having a really nice 4 games of a 5-gamer. So Trevino sets target. Roy Lee Jackson and the pitch. That is going to be a 2-8 base hit. Cromartie right on cue. 3rd hit for Cromartie. His second 3-hit game of the series, as he's now 8 of 15. So runner on first, 1 out in the 6th. Here is Carter 0 for 2. Trevino sets the target. Jackson again from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 1-6 and a walk to Carter. Oh boy, the Met bullpen's really gonna have to hustle. So Parrish now, you can see him down the right field line. That could be Houseman up for the Mets. So 1st and 2nd, 1 out, and here is Parrish. So now the Mets have a problem. They need a double play ball from Mr. Larry Parrish in the worst way. Trevino sets the target. Jackson from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Parrish. 3-5 base hit left field. This could tie it. Let's see if they score Cromartie from second, or will they hold him? He's a 1-17 coming home. They're going to try to throw home anyway. Here is the throw home. 11, not in time. Game is now 3-2. And Roy Lee Jackson is officially tired. So now with Chris Spire up, Sanderson probably a follow or a pinch hitter. Here comes Joe Torre. He'll wave the right hand, and I'll do it for Roy Lee Jackson. Too many 6-7s on there would cause him to give up a single and 2 stars. So they're going to go ahead and pull him and get a fresh pitcher in. So let's go do this. New pitcher here for the Mets. You know what? With the righties coming up, they're going to try to play a number matchup, and it's going to be Roy Lee Jackson. Now, do they pull? Oh, let's see. Does Dyer Miller want to give him more than an inning? So if we do this, let's see. You don't want to lose Joel Youngblood in this case. I mean, you could, but I don't really want to. Oh, you know what? He's going to be asked to pitch a quick inning. He'll probably be pinch hit next inning. It's a fine. We'll double switch here. So Dyer Miller, 1-0, 3.57 ERA, 13 hits, 18 innings. That's good. 6 walks, 5 strikeouts. A little too close for comfort. And he's given up 1 home run. So first and second, 1 out. 3-2 Mets. Expos have a chance for more. Here's Spire. He's 2 for 2. He's had a good series so far. So Dyer Miller looks in, gets the sign from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 1-10, and that's hit a drive in the gap. That's going to be trouble. That's all the way to the wall. That's at least a double for Spire. He had a moment for a triple. 1-13 triple, and it's 3-3. So Spire knocks in Parrish. The Expos don't try to send Parrish from third, and we are tied. Now the Expos got to make a decision. Will they go a pinch hitter here with 1 out? So Dyer Miller came in and did not do the trick. So now Miller has to save him from getting lost. Let's see if they bat for him. They will still bat Scott Sanderson. Wow, that is Jim. That could be an interesting Jim Fanning decision. So here we go. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Infield's in case they try for a squeeze. Here's the pitch. 2-7, and that's a strikeout for Scott Sanderson. That and the Expo fans are kind of booing that decision. I know we're only in the 6th inning, but you got to realize that it may not get another opportunity. Here's LaFleur. He's a little bit clutch. Gets a hit on a 3-12. Second and third, 2 outs. Dyer Miller trying to get out of this 6th inning. Again, Phillies ahead. This is a must-win for the Mets. Trevino sets the target. Dyer Miller from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And a 3-11, almost found it. Ground ball in the second. Good play by Flynn. He keeps in front of him, throws him out. The Expos score 2. Let's go to the 7th. It's 3-3. So now, oh my goodness. What a new ball game we have here at Olympic Stadium. It's a 3-3 score. Trevino, Flynn, and a pinch hitter for Dyer Miller here in the 7th. Carter sets the target. Here's the pitch to Alex Trevino. 2-4, ground ball the second. That is going to be the second baseman. Scott throws him out for 1 out. Here's Flynn, 1 out in the 7th, 0 for 2. Carter sets the target. Sanderson with the windup and delivery. That will be a 4-6 base hit for Doug Flynn. So Doug Flynn, easy as Flynn. 1 for 3. Now let's see what the Mets do. Let's see if the Mets, who they come in with. And Lee, do you want Mazzilli now or not? Or do you want to wait? Jerry Morales is going to come in and bat. Mazzilli, again, was going to grab the bat, but Torrey told him to hold off. Let's see if Morales works, hitting 224. Homer, 17 RBIs. Carter sets the target. Scott Sanderson from the stretch. 1 out here in the 7th. Here's the pitch to Morales. That's a 4-4. That's a ground ball to third. That could be a tough play for Parrish. That's a 2-hopper. He's at 224. Let's see if he gets it on the 2. It's a 13. He could turn a double play. On a 10, gets the double play. Great job by Parrish. 5-4-3. So the Mets are down in the 7th. Let's go to the 7th inning stretch in Montreal. However you stretch, it's the same. 3-3. So now here in the bottom of the 7th, the Mets will go to a pinch hitter. Ooh, Glenn's already tired too. So the only other arm you have besides Allen is Houseman. So Houseman will come in, and he'll have to hold the 4th down. We play the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Scott, Dawson, and Valentine, then Cromartie. Of course, Tom Houseman has been the secret to this team along with Jeff Reardon. 7-5, 1 save, 2.56 ERA, 94 hits, 105 innings, 42 strikeouts, 16 walks. So now Scott the batter. Trevino puts down the target. Here's the pitch to Rodney Scott. 4-3, fly ball right field. That is going to be Claudell Washington. He's a 3E7. We talked about threes here in Strat and Matic before. 19 makes a nice catch on 11. Yes, he does. One away. Gets Rodney Scott out of there. Now here's Dawson. He has been so due, it's scary. Trevino sets the target. Houseman with the windup, and here's the pitch to Andre Dawson. 3-10 ground ball to third. Not this time. Matic comes up with it and throws him out for out number 2. And now here is Ellis Valentine. 306, having a really good year right now. He's 0 for 3 today, though. Trevino sets the target. Tom Houseman looks in, and here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-7. That is a single, I believe, won the niner. That is a 20-sided die of a 12. And Frank Tavares is right there. We go to the 8th, 3-3. Wow, a ball game here at Olympic Stadium. Top of the 8th, 3-3 score. Cardinals and Phillies now tied at 4. Come on, St. Louis. Astros lead the Giants 6-5. Padres over the Reds 11-6. Ouch. And the Cubs lead the Pirates 4-3. And I believe this is a doubleheader. So the Mets may get some ground here. So Frank Tavares may really need something going. Tavares, Matic, Henderson to bat. Carter sets the target. Scott Sanderson looks in, and the pitch to Tavares. That's a 3-6. Base hit Tavares. There's Tavares. He's been doing it with the bat all year long. He's 2 for 4. Again, he's 50% auto steal going to second. Do you try it? Now, Matic is probably a C stealer, a C bunter here. So let's look and see what his hit and run becomes. His hit and run becomes a B. His bunting is a C. So, maybe Elliot Matic will try the hit and run. Let's try hit and run for Elliot Matic. Here's the pitch on the hit and run. Oh, we roll the dice. Has to be off the pitcher's card. Oh, rolled off the pitcher's card, it says. That's a 4-11 on the pitcher's card. That is a single 1-12. Does he get the job done? Yes, he does. It's a base hit for Elliot Matic. Tavares goes to third. A hit and run done in perfection. So first and third Mets. No outs here in the 8th. As Elliot Matic gives the sign that he does the job. So first and third, no outs. Here's Steve Henderson. He's 2 for 3. Infield in for the Expos. Mets trying to get a big run across. Carter sets the sign. Sanderson from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 5-5. Ground ball short. Let's see what happens. Anything with a pound sign's a single and 2 stars, though. 3E29 for Spire. Here is the play. Anything low? No, it's a 15. I don't think you're going to get anyone there. On a 9, no error. Tavares probably holds. Yes, and Matic moves up a base. So second and third, 1 out. Steve Henderson does not do the job. Here's Claudell. Claudell 0 for 2 in a run scored. Met with a golden opportunity to poke a run across. Carter sets. Sanderson from the stretch. Second and third, 1 out. Nothing on the havoc. Here's the pitch to Washington. 3-3. Ground ball to second. Rodney Scott's got it. He looks back at Tavares and makes the play to first, and the Mets now need a 2-out hit. And it's going to have to be this guy again, Mike Jorgensen. 1 for 3 at the double. Mets cannot afford to leave 2 men on here. Carter sets the target. Sanderson from the stretch. Nothing on the havoc. Here's the pitch to Sanderson and the pitch. 6-2 ground ball back to the mound. Sanderson's a 4E7. Can he make the play on a 4? It's an 8. He does. He fumbles it a little bit. On a 15, makes the play. And the Mets strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th. We're still 3-3. Wow, what a game we have here. Last of the 8th, 3-3. It'll be Cromartie, Carter, and Parrish. Cromartie 3 for 3, all against Roy Lee Jackson. Again, he's 8 of 15 on this series. And now here's Tom Houseman. So Houseman comes in. He stays in the game. He's better against lefties. He'll pitch to then Carter and Parrish. Mets don't have a lot of arms left. Houseman's going to have to give him a solid outing here. Trevino sets the target. Houseman with the windup. Here's the pitch. 3-6. This time he got him out. Ground ball down the first. Camardi, not much speed. Jorgensen will wave off Houseman and get the easy first out. Now here's Carter. Carter 0 for 2, runs scored, and 0 for 2, a walk and a run scored. Trevino puts in the target. Houseman from the windup. Here's the pitch to Carter. 1-6 and walked him. Oh, there's that walk again to Carter. Runner on first, 1 out, and tied at 3. Here's Parrish, 1 for 3, drove in a run back in the 6th inning when the Expos plated 2. Trevino sets the target. They will run Timmy Raines. So this is where the Expos decide they're going to get Gary Carter out of the lineup and bring a speed guy in like Raines. The youngster, he is a second baseman outfielder by trade, but boy, does he have promise. Runner on first and 1 out. Trevino looks in, sets the target. It's a -3 for Raines to steal. Let's see if they try to steal. He does not get the lead, so now he's a 1-8. So he's probably going to have a good secondary lead, but won't run. They don't. Okay, runner on first, 1 out, last of the 8th. Trevino sets the target. Houseman from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Parrish. 4-3, fly ball right field. Oh boy, that is Washington again. We talked about having threes in Stratomatic. That is a 1-6 chance at a base hit. Come on, roll high. That's an 8. He just barely makes the catch. It takes him back. Raines will tag and go to second and makes it. Oh, what a tag by Raines. So runner on second and 2 outs. It brings up Chris Spire, who's been a real pain in the butt so far to the Mets. He's 3 for 3, along with Warren. He's done all the damage. So they've had 6 of the Expos' 7 hits. Raines on at second. The go-ahead run. 2 out. Spire is not clutch. He loses hits on 1-2, 1-3. Trevino sets the target. Houseman from the stretch. Here we go. Nothing on the havoc. Here's a pitch to Spire. 1-11 is a single 1-12. It's a 15. Holy cow. What a catch by Tavares. He went wide and caught it. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Welcome Mr. Hyde on the catch. Holy cow. Or did I say Dr. I guess Dr. Jekyll was the good guy, but he makes the catch. And this time he does not cost a run. So we go to the 9th. 3-3's your score. And now the Mets 3 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. The Expos 3 runs on 7 hits and no errors. The Mets will send up Youngblood, Trevino, and Flynn. And then they got to make that decision. They're running out of arms on this team. Neil Allen is one of the only arms that is not tired that can come in. New catcher is Ken Maka. He'll be the new catcher for the Expos. And Scott Sanderson works into the 9th inning here. So here is Youngblood, right-handed hitter, 1 for 3 RBI. Scott Sanderson, the windup and delivery. That's a 1-9. Struck him out. He dead rolled him. All that stuff in the 1 column. He found that 1-9. So with 1 out in the 9th, here's Trevino. He's 0 for 3. He's got to have to stay in there. They don't have a lot of good catchers on this team. Maka sets the target. Sanderson looks in, and here's the pitch to Trevino. 3-2. That's a single on a 1-11. That is a 1. That's a line drive base hit. So Trevino is on. Now the question becomes, do you do what the Expos did and put your speed up there? So now you know what? Mazzilli should be used to bat next. Mazzilli is on deck. He'll bat against Sanderson. And now with Maka goes out and talks to Sanderson. Sanderson working from the stretch, runner on first and 1 out. You know what? Let's see if maybe Billy Allman could run a little bit. They got some running guys. Let's see if they can find somebody. Yeah, Bill Allman is a 16, stole 2 bases. So they're going to do that. That means a youngster by the name of Bruce Benton will probably have to catch. So Allman's a 16. Let's see if he has any stolen base possibilities. So he will be able to get a little better first, secondary to get the lead on a 3. So let's see if he gets the lead on a 3. How about that? And he doesn't. So got the hold. So he's not going anywhere. So now he's Flynn. Now with probably Mazzilli on deck, do you bunt him across? I'd say you do, because you're going to give Mazzilli a chance to bat with a runner in scoring position, and there's already one out. No, because Mazzilli is unclutch. So Maka sets the target. Flynn's going to try to bat. Sanderson from the stretch. Here is the pitch to Flynn. 2-3, ground ball to first, nicely done. He'll get the runner over. Cromartie's got it, takes it in the bag himself, and Bill Ullman will move into second base. And now the Mets have to make this decision, and they're going to go with Lee Mazzilli. They waited and waited. So Neil Allen is up the Met bullpen. He's really the only Met arm out there, and then they have to figure something out. Phillies lead the Cardinals 5-4, so the Phillies getting that lead back. So now the Mets really can use this win. Runner on second, 2 out. Mazzilli only loses 1 in the clock, so not as bad. Let's see if they walk Mazzilli and they pitch to Tavares. Let's see, anything on the Havoc? Yes, they do walk Mazzilli. Son of a gun. So first and second, 2 outs, and now here's Frank Tavares. He loses 4 in the clutch. So he really becomes a less hitter here. Oh, Mets can use some help right now. Fire intervention time. First and second, 2 outs. Maka sets the target. Sanderson from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 2-7, ground ball to short. That's Spire. He'll flip it to the second baseman, Scott. And the Mets are done in the 9th. Mets have to hope for extra innings. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Expos try to walk it off. New catcher for the Mets will be Bruce Benton, I believe his name is. Let's see if that's what his real name is. We don't make people upset. Butch. So Butch Benton will come out. He is not so good. That was going to be my problem here. We did not want him out there unless it was an emergency catching situation. And the new pitcher is going to have to be Neil Allen, so he's going to be out there. He's going to try to keep this game going. Neil Allen on the season, 7-4, 28 saves, 3.13 ERA, 60 hits, 63 innings, 17 walks, and 15 strikeouts. He's only given up 3 home runs. Bottom of the 9th here at Montreal. Expos look to walk it off. So let's see if the Mets cannot afford that. So here is Sanderson. You'll pinch hit for Sanderson here. Let's see who's going to come up. Roll the Havoc. They're going to bat for Sanderson. Wow. No way. I have to make an executive decision and bat for him. So why in the hell would you keep Sanderson out there? So rolling office, an 8R will come in. That's an executive decision. That's stupid to not do now. So roll, watch, he hits a walk-off on me. 284, 7 doubles, 2 triples, 4 homers, 22 RBIs. Benton sets the target. Neil Allen with the windup and delivery. And that's going to be a 2-11 ground ball down the first. Neil Allen's going to have to come to the bag. Jorgensen flips and gets him for the first out. So now here's Ron LaFleur, 0 for 4 hitters so far, 265, 3 homers, 30 RBI. This is where the Expos have all the speed. Benton sets down the target. Allen with the windup and the pitch to LaFleur, and that's going to be a 6 and struck him out. Neil Allen overhand curveball, and LaFleur all over it, 0 for 5. Now here's Rodney Scott. He's 0 for 4. They've kept the big speed off, the Expos speed off the base so far. So with 2 outs in the 9th, Mets trying to force extra innings here in Montreal. Benton sets the target. Neil Allen, here's the windup and the pitch. 1-9. Oh, he dead rolled him. Fouls out behind the plate. Benton waits, throws off the gear, makes the catch, and we go to the 10th. New pitcher for the Expos, Aurelius Sosa. So Sosa on the mound, he's 3-5, 3.90 ERA, 85 hits, 62 innings, so not good. I probably would have maybe gone Woody Fryman in this case, but I had to take Sanderson out of the game. I mean, they got Bonson, Fryman, and Murray in the bullpen. So let's see. So Matic will come up, followed by Henderson and Washington. Free baseball here in Montreal, top of the 10th. That was an executive decision on my part. The computer did not make it. I had to make it. They could have batted for Sanderson back in the 6th inning, bases loaded, and they let the computer bat for him then. That could have been this is 2021, Sanderson's out of this game. So I kind of let that go because it's 1980. But in the bottom of the ninth, yeah, you have to bat for Sanderson there. So here's Elliott Matic. So Sanderson leaves, gets a no decision. So here's Matic, 2 for 4 runs scored. Maka sets the target. Sosa with the pitch and wind up. And Maddox on 4-5, ground ball to short. That's a tougher play for Spire. It's on this turf, gets to him in a hurry. 3-29. Here's the throw. It's a 19. He fields it really with no issues. On a 10, got him. 11 was the error. So again, Cromartie gets on a good bats, gets him one away. So here's Steve Henderson, 2 for 4, but his last time he grounded out, he did that with runners at second and third. So the Mets did not get a run when they had runners in scoring position back in that 8th inning. So now here's Hendu, 2 for 4. Again, they wasted Mazzilli's bat, which kind of sucked. So Maka puts the sign down. Alilia Sosa, here's the pitch. And now it's a 1-9, struck Henderson out for out number 2. So Hendu cannot do 2 outs in the 10th, and here's Claudel, 0 for 3 runs scored. This is where you might throw Woody Fryman out there. Usually in your home team, you can't save the game anymore. You want your closer out there. So does Cromartie now? Does Fryman? I would put Fryman in here to pitch to Washington to at least lower the chances of hitting a bomb right now. Let's see if the chances are nope, they do not. Maka sets the target. Sosa with the windup and the pitch. 4-7, base hit. Sosa is not good against lefties. That is for sure. So a big base hit there. He's a 5R, which means he gives up a ton of hits to lefties and controls righties. So here's Mike Jorgensen, another lefty. So with a 0 +2 -2, Claudel Washington with good numbers to steal. He's going to try to steal, and he's a 1-12. Do you take the bat out of Mike Jorgensen's hand and put a runner in scoring position for him? I think you're going to try to steal. They're going to try to be aggressive. Here's the stolen base. It's a 16, and the throw by Maka in time to Scott. Call it 2-4. Let's go to the bottom of the 10th. Still 3-3. So here's Andre Dawson, followed by Valentine and Cromartie against Neil Allen. Stays in there. Again, the Mets just out of arms. They got to go with Allen as much as they can till he tires out, and then you may have to throw a tired guy in there. Benton sets the target. Neil Allen with the pitch. Here's the pitch to Dawson, 0 for 3 and a walk. 4-10, struck him out. Big overhand curveball by Neil Allen. That's a big strikeout. The lead off the 10th. So here's Ellis Valentine. He's 0 for 4. Benton sets the target. Neil Allen with the windup and the pitch. That's a 3-11. And he hit Ellis Valentine with the pitch. Oh, Valentine takes first. He is now the winning run. Valentine with pretty good speed numbers. Don't think you're running for him. And here's Cromartie, 3 for 4. 8 of 16 from the series, I believe. So now Benton sets the target. Allen from the stretch. Here's the pitch. That's a 1-7. That's a double play ball. He then rolled him in that nice and unbelievable one column for Cromartie. Ground ball to second. Flynn pitches to Tavares. Back to Jorgensen. Double play. We reset the scoreboard. It's 3-3. We head to the 11th. Holy cow. So Jorgensen back, then Youngblood and Benton, the bat for the Mets here in the 11th. So the Mets get a huge break. That one column for Cromartie is so good so far, but he stopped them. So now, what an opportunity, as I got another anti-Met guy here. It's a Met replay, folks. Come on. So here's Jorgensen, followed by Youngblood and Benton. So Jorgensen, 1 for 4, doubled as a double in the ballgame. He doubled in 2 back in the first. Maka still in. Sosa. Now this is an opportunity for Fryman, you would think, but he won't. So here's Maka, sets the target. Here's the pitch from Sosa. 2-6, ground ball to second. That's Scott. He makes the throw to first. Out number 1. So now the Mets, now with the righties now, and that benefits Alilia Sosa. It's Joel Youngblood the batter. Youngblood's 1 for 4, RBI back in the long first inning, long time ago. Here's the windup and the pitch. 1-7, that's a walk. So Joel Youngblood's on with the walk. Good speed. Again, it's a 0. It's a 1-15 if Youngblood can get the first step. Let's see if he can get the lead here. And we have Butch Benton up, who has not been on. This is probably his first official major league at bat. We're going to try for the steal, but he gets picked off quite a bit. We don't want that to happen. And he gets picked off. Son of a gun, or he gets thrown out. So Sosa turned around, throws it to Cromartie, throws it down the second, gets him. That is a caught stealing. So Sosa goes to Cromartie, pitches it to Scott, and gets him. So call that 1-3-4, and you call that a caught stealing. And now it's back to the catcher, Butch Benton, who is making, looks like his first major league at bat right now. So now with Maka behind the plate, Sosa and the windup and the pitch, 6-3, fly ball left field. That's LaFleur. That's trouble. He is a 4E15. Let's see if LaFleur can botch one. It's a 17. He actually makes the play. On a 10, no error, makes the catch, and the Mets don't get a break. We go to the bottom of the 11th. It's still 3-3. So Neil Allen is going to be overworked. It's going to be Maka followed by Parrish and Spire. The bat for the Expos in the 11th. Maka is in on the Carter pinch running spot in this game. Maka is hitting .301. He's hitting 1 home run, 11 RBIs. He's almost had the number of bats he's had during the season already. Benton sets the target. Neil Allen with the windup. Here's the pitch to Ken Maka. 1-4, ground ball to short. Thankfully, he didn't walk it off on me. Tavares got it, throws them out for out number 1. Here's Larry Parrish, 1 for 4 with an RBI. Benton sets in the target. Neil Allen looks in, and here's the pitch to Parrish. That's a 4-2. That could be a single on a 1-2. That's a 20, and that will be turned away on a line drive by Tavares. 2 outs. So 2 outs, and now here is Spire. 3 for 4 with a double so far. Sosa, the non-deck hitter, probably would see a pinch hitter there. Here's the pitch. 3-9, ground ball to short. Luis Sosa will come out, pitch another inning. 3 up, 3 down, go to the Expos. We go to the 12th, still 3-3. 3-3, 17 Mets holding on and absolutely needing this one. And we'll now go to Flynn, followed by Allen and Tavares. So here's Flynn. Allen may have to be, we'll have to see. Hopefully he can get on here, allowing Neil Allen the bunt. Maka sets the target. Sosa with the windup and pitch to Doug Flynn. 6-10, fly ball center field. That's Dawson. He's pretty sure out there. He's a 1E7 unless he really goofs one. And that's a 16. He camps under it with a nice play. On a 14, a 15 was the error, not the 15, 1 away. So now Neil Allen, 14 at-bats during the regular season, hit 143, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. Do you bat him and then put a tired pitcher in the ballgame? Neil Allen says he wants the pitch. Maka sets the target. Sosa, here's the windup. Got it. Keep him in there. 2-9 and struck him out. So Neil Allen struck him out. He's got to sit in there until he becomes tired. Frank Tavares is 2 for 5 here. Maka sets the target. Sosa looks in. Do you want to maybe bunt for the base hit here? Not will bat. Here's a pitch to Tavares. 5-6, fly ball center field. Luis Sosa really does his job today. Dawson with the catch. We go to the bottom of 12. Probably a pinch hitter for Sosa, followed by LaFleur and Scott. Let's see. Yep, pinch hitter will be Tom Hutton. Tom Hutton. E.F. Hutton. So Tom Hutton, the batter, hitting .304, no homers and 2 RBIs, left-handed hitter. Benton sets the target. Neil Allen looks in and the pitch. That's a 4-4 to Tom Hutton. Fly ball center field. Young was a 3E7. Again, could be an issue. 1-6. It's a 20. Makes the catch. On a 10, no error. Nice job by Youngblood. 1 out in the 12th. LaFleur 0 for 5, the batter. Benton sets the target. Allen looks in, and here's the windup and delivery. 4-4. Jesus, you're testing my outfielders. 4-4. Again, that's a center fielder X. 3E7. Please make a high number. 19 does a nice job catching it. On a 10 again, makes the catch. So 2 outs. Youngblood didn't have to move. You're making me work on this, guys. Here's Rodney Scott. He's 0 for 5 so far. He needs to He needs to keep the ball on the ground like we talked about. Benton sets the target. Neil Allen looks in, and here's the pitch. And that will be a 3-7. Ground ball to second. That is Flynn. Makes the catch. Another inning in Montreal. We go to the 13th. Remember, there's a 5-game series and another one still to come. So now Matic, it'll be Stan Bonson on the mound, the veteran. 1-3, 2 saves, 5.35 ERA, 44 hits, 37 innings, even type pitcher. And now will be Maddox, followed by Henderson and Washington. 2 for 5 and a run scored. Maka sets the target. Stan Bonson in with a windup end delivery. 2-7 is a single 1-18. It's a 17. It's off the glove. That's a base hit. Single 118 rolls a 17. It's off the shortstop Spire's glove in the center field. So Maddox on board. Bonson's a 0, +2, -2. So Maddox there. Steve Henderson, they're not playing the infield corners in. So Henderson's free to bunt. He's 2 for 5. The Mets have to get something going here. It makes him a C. Do you swing away or do you tell him to bunt? I think you have to do a Reggie and bunt with Henderson. He's 2 for 5. We need a runner in scoring position. So Henderson will put the bat head in front. Here's the pitch by Bonson. Nicely done by Steve Henderson. He deadens it enough. It's fielded by Bonson, throws it to Cromartie, and Maddox will move to scoring position. Runner on second, 1 out. Good National League Baseball here for the Mets. Here's Claudel Washington, 1 for 4, runs scored. Joe Torre's got to appreciate that. Washington needs a big hit. He was traded to this team to be a big factor. Maka sets the target. Bonson looks in from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 5-10. That's a ballpark single, 1-12. It's a 9. That's a base hit for Claudel Washington. Do you score Maddox from second? Let's see. It's a 9, so it's a hit. Let's see, they give an opportunity. It's a 1-8. Oh, this time, no. It hit the right field. That was Valentine's cannon. Says, don't run on me. First and third, 1 out. Now, Maddox a chance. Washington a chance to run. We'll see if they do that. It's holding Washington, so it's almost an automatic steal. So here's Jorgensen. We'll try to run for second. 1-19, attempt the lead. It's a 1-12, doesn't get the lead. Ooh, so he will not go anywhere, I don't think. First and third, 1 out. The Expos playing the corners in. They're going to try to come home, if anything, on contact. Jorgensen, the hitter, 1 for 5 runs scored. Big opportunity for the Mets to play the run here. Maka behind the puts the sign down. Bonson from the stretch. Get the sign, nothing going. Here's the pitch. He should have probably pitched Woody Fryman here. 6-2, pop to first. Holy cow, the thing you did not want in this situation. Cromartie makes the catch, and that's out number 2. So now here's Joel Youngblood. Gets a hit on a 2-3 on the clutch. So Youngblood comes in. He's been one of the biggest Met hitters on this season. So now with 2 on and 2 out, Maka sets the target. Bonson from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Youngblood. 5-6, ground ball to short. Picked up by Spire. Flips it to Scott. And the Mets come up empty. Holy cow. Bottom of 13th. 3-3's your score. It was like the Phillies have defeated the Cardinals 5-4, while the Cubs defeated the Pirates 4-3. Atlanta defeated the Dodgers 7-6, while the Astros defeated the Giants 6-5. That's just going to add to the Astros lead already. They're already up on 10 on the NL West. So now back to Dawson, Valentine, and Cromartie. Last of the 13th. Neil Allen just pitching in fumes right now. Pitching so well. Benton sets the target. Neil Allen looking and the pitch. That's a 2. That's an 8. That's a base hit finally for Dawson. So Dawson's on board. -3 for Dawson to go on his first number. Let's see if they try to steal here. Here is Valentine. He's 0 for 4. Let's see. And Dawson goes to second base. No, they called a balk. Holy cow, they called a balk on Allen. So Dawson's on at second with nobody out. Valentine, the hitter. Cromartie on deck. Oh, and Cromartie's been a thorn in the Mets side, but Allen pitches much better to righties. So here's Benton. Sets the target. Allen from the stretch. Can the Mets hold on here? Here's the pitch. 3-5 base hit left field. They're going to try to score Dawson most likely. Let's see where the throw comes from. It's going to be a 1-18. Here comes the throw. They're going to throw to the lead runner. They need a 19 or 20. It's an 11. The Expos will win this game by the score of 4-3. Valentine scores, and the Mets drop another half game back of the standings. Not a happy recap here in Montreal. Well, that's what happened. The Mets scored 3 in the first, led by 3. The Expos fought back with 1 in the second, 2 in the sixth, and the game remained tied until the Expos won it in the bottom of the unlucky 13th. The Expos 4 runs on 9 hits. The Mets 3 runs on 13 hits. The Expos will win it. Stan Bonson gets the vulture, gets the win. He gets the Phil Regan win. 1 inning, 2 hits, gets the win. Willie Sosa, nice job. 3 innings, 1 hit. Scott Sanderson went 9, 10 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned. Roy Lee Jackson, not bad. 5 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned. Dyer Miller only went 2/3 of an inning. Houseman went 2 innings, nothing, and a walk. Neil Allen takes the tough loss. He's 7-5, 4 innings, 2 hits. That was one of the only hits. 1 run earned and struck out 2. The Mets will drop to 59-48. The Expos will go to 55-51. Big crowd here in Montreal, almost 40,000. The big Expo hitters: Cromartie 3 for 5, 2 runs scored. Ellis Valentine, the game-winning RBI, 1 for 5 and an RBI. Chris Spire 3 for 5 and 2 RBIs. And for the Mets, they had 4 guys. Elliot Matic was 3 for 6 and a run scored, while Henderson, Washington, and Tavares added 2 hits. Mike Jorgensen knocked in 2 runs in the first inning with a single as he went 1 for 6. Well, folks, that's a final here at Montreal. Mets still have 1 game left, and boy, does that game become almost, you have to win it. So let's look at the standings and everything else going on in the National League East. Phillies now lead the Pirates by 1/2 game. The Mets are now 3 games back. They're now 6 ahead of their 1980 pace. They're starting to drop a little bit. The Expos are 5.5 back, though. They were 60-46 at the same rate. They're 55-51 now. So let's look at the possible game coming up here. Again, I like using the out-of-town scoreboard for games. So on Thursday, August the 7th, the last game, Ray Burris will pitch against Fred Norman, and that will be a day game. So it will be after this long extra inning game. They will play the 5th and final game as a getaway day in the afternoon. Dodgers will play the Braves. The Pirates will play the Cubs again. That's Solomon and Hernandez. Padres will play the Astros, and the Cardinals and Phillies as Steve Carlton again pitches for the Phils. Once that's over, the Mets will return home to play against St. Louis. That's Falcone and Forsch on a Friday night. While the Expos will go to Chicago, the Phillies will go to Pittsburgh on a huge Keystone Series. For the Mets, Saturday will be Zachary and Pete Vukovich. That's a Saturday night game. And then the Sunday day game is Bombach against Martinez. And then the Phillies have a 4-game series with the Buccos that weekend, including a doubleheader. So that looks to be an unreal series coming up. And then the Mets will go to Pittsburgh next Monday. So keep an eye on that series. All these games are important as this NL East will continue here in 1980. 3-game lead. The Mets now need to get a win in the getaway game on that Friday. It's still early for me, folks. We might see a Ron Guidry start. That'll be against the Cleveland Indians in Cleveland. So if you're still here and watching, please come out and watch. And we'll probably get that game in a little while before I head out. So thank you, folks, for coming in. I appreciate it. Thank you once again. And stay tuned. Probably a Ron Guidry 1978 replay will be probably in a little bit. Thank you, folks, for watching the NL 1980 Met replay. Have a good day.